Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sharul Arifin and Elmira Aupin from Group 1 will present our essay overview, Harry Styles as a fashion model to defy toxic masculinity. Okay, so for the background of the topic, our topic is Harry Styles and masculinity. The title of the essay is Harry Styles as a fashion model to defy toxic masculinity. First of all, let's get to know who Harry Styles is. Harry Edward Styles is a singer, songwriter, and actor from England. Our focus in the essay is when Harry became the first ever solo male to appear in American folk. Harry Styles is often regarded as one of the celebrities with a unique fashion style.
However, even though he is labeled as fashionable, his fashion style raises pros and cons among the public in social media. That is why we chose it as our topic. Harry often dresses eccentrically, combining men's and women's clothing when attending various events. His iconic style creates toxic masculinity. So, for our entire essay, we will talk about Harry Styles in Vogue magazine December 2020, masculinity, and the way he defies toxic masculinity itself. Next.
Move on to the introduction. First, we talk about masculinity, the definition of masculinity, and also the beginning of it. We will talk especially about masculinity in Western. Second, Connell's theory, subordinate masculinity. We will use the theory about masculinity from R.W. Connell that was first published in 1995. In her renowned book, she lays out the way in which contemporary Western masculinity is constructed through the following categories: hegemonic masculinity, complicit masculinity, subordinate masculinity, and marginalized masculinity.
Third, we will talk about Harry Styles and also toxic masculinity. Harry Styles as model of Vogue 2020 and he became controversial because of his looks. We put Harry Styles as our object in our analysis. Harry Styles, we know that he is a famous artist in the music industry because of his achievement. He also takes a part in fashion industry. And this analysis we only focus on his photo shoot with American Vogue magazine in December 2020. His photo shoot became controversial because of his look. He dressed in gown like women, and then netizens in social media gave many bad comments to him. That action is called toxic masculinity. And the last, we will talk about power. Absolutely, Harry Styles has power to share his ideology to defy toxic masculinity. Because he got toxic masculinity towards his look, he tries to express his feeling that men are also can more freely to share what they want, especially in outfit, without being judged by people. And as we all know that Harry Styles is a public figure who has millions of followers. He has power to share his ideology to defy toxic masculinity. Next.
Our thesis statement for this essay is Harry Styles attracted public attention by resisting toxic masculinity in a folk photo shoot with women's style. In December 2020, Harry Styles became the first ever solo male cover star of Vogue magazine. The reason why this became controversial at that time was due to the way he looked in the picture, used women's clothing such as gowns and skirts.
And many people on the internet thought Harry was either gay or bisexual and not manly at all. They also gave bad statements to him like bring back manly men on social media. In fact, Harry really loves fashion and is a fashion enthusiast. And in the photo shoot, he feels like those women's outfits he wore for the photo shoot was really stylish. Next.
This is our brief analysis. First is toxic masculinity in Western culture. We will talk from the beginning of toxic masculinity in the modern era, and the examples of toxic masculinity. Second is Harry Styles' look in Folk Magazine 2020. We talk about the designer of Harry Styles' gown and the details of the gown.
And last but not least, we will also talk about Harry Styles holds the power to encourage his followers to defy toxic masculinity. So the first one, we will talk about Stephen Luke's theory of three views of power. Like according to Longhurst in chapter 3, the first one is the one-dimensional view, and the second one is two-dimensional view, and the third one is the three-dimensional view. And next, we will talk about Harry's perspective about toxic masculinity through his Vogue photo shoot. So Harry Styles responded to his critics in an interview with Variety. So he said that to not wear something because it is female's clothing, you should out a whole world of great clothes. Harry Styles said that. And I think what is exciting about right now is you can wear what you like. It does not have to be X or Y. Those lines are becoming more and more blurred. Harry Styles said that. And the last one, we will talk about Harry's satirical Instagram photo. So Harry 2 years ago uploaded his photo shoot on Instagram with the caption, "Bring back manly man," as a response to someone who judged him on social media because of his look in photo shoot. And we represent it as his way to defy toxic masculinity in social media. So that's it for our presentation about essay overview. We hope that Mr. Herdit and our friends can give us some feedbacks for our improvement. Thank you for listening.